In this episode of Historical Markers, guess where we are? We're still in McCracken County in Paducah, Kentucky, but we're going to talk today about churches. Let me tell you what, Paducah has the churches, and they've got them all marked with historical markers, the historical churches, and some of the architecture is amazing. I loved several of these. So stay tuned and watch and see what you think about the churches of Paducah. Okay, this is Broadway United Methodist Church. Markers right up here. All right, Broadway Methodist, Paducah's oldest institution. Founded in 1832, first edifice erected 1842 on northwest corner Broadway at 4th. Relocated 1875 on southeast corner Broadway at 7th. Moved to the present site in 1896, destroyed by fire in 1929, rebuilt in 1930. Judge William Sutton Bishop, the old judge priest of Irvin Cobb's Stories, and Vice President Alvin W. Barkley held membership here. This marker is for this church, and it is the Burks Chapel AME Church, organized circa 1871 at the home of Dinah Jarrett with 12 members, named for founder Moses Burks. On this site was the first structure frame church, brick church built 1874. In 1911, under the Reverend P.A. Nichols, present edifice was constructed. Reverend G.H. Matthews became pastor in 1960 and made many worthwhile improvements. All right, we're outside the Church of Christ in Paducah, Kentucky. And here is the marker. Organized in Paducah in 1906 from a 6-week tent meeting, oldest of churches of Christ in the area, until one-room structure on Goebel Avenue was built in August 1906, meetings held under the tree. Second location, 19th and Broadway, dedicated 1924, and present building August 1959, serving God and man in restoring New Testament Christianity. We're outside the First Baptist Church in Paducah, Kentucky. Beautiful grounds here. And I'm here for that marker. Sorry I'm not closer, but I'm up above it. And I'm too lazy to climb down. Organized as Mission, New Bethel Church, 1839. Constituted as church on November 14th, 1840. First met in the courthouse at 2nd and Kentucky, first building 300 block Broadway, second and third buildings at 5th and Jefferson. The second building seized by the Union Army in 1861 for use as a hospital during the Civil War. The present fourth building was dedicated May 9th, 1965. This marker is for the First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, organized in 1849, affiliated with Campbell Stone Movement in plea for Christian unity. Located at 7th and Jefferson from 1895 to 1965. Tower bell, cast in 1868, used on area river packets 60 years. Mural Boulevard congregation merged following 1937 flood, a part of the largest and oldest religious body indigenous to the United States. We're going to drive around and get a shot of the front of this church. This is the First Christian Church. Right, we are outside the First Presbyterian Church in Paducah. Very beautiful. Okay, and here is the marker. It says First Presbyterian Church, organized October 29th, 1842, at home of Judge James Campbell on Broadway with 8 charter members. Reverend A.W. Campbell served as first pastor. Met in homes and courthouse until 1848, when church was built near corner of 3rd and Kentucky. Moved to this location in 1888. Dedication of present building was December 3rd, 1933. But here's more bit of the building. Very, very beautiful architecture. Okay, we are here for Fountain Avenue Methodist Church. This is the marker here. Fountain Avenue United Methodist Church. Congregation organized in 1892 as a mission. Original church built at 10th and Trimble Streets. In 1908, Fountain Avenue Methodist Episcopal Church South was erected here at a cost of $35,000. It has been in continual service since. In 1937, floodwaters filled the basement. Mueller pipe organ installed in 1945. The education wing was added in 1947. Right, this is Grace Episcopal Church. Beautiful church. Grounds are immaculately kept. Love the architecture. Here's the marker that we're looking for. Right here. Grace Episcopal. Grace Church was organized in 1848 in the home of Adam Rankin, led by the Reverend N.N. Cowgill of Hickman. First structure, built of lumber cut in Louisville and floated downstream, was located on the riverfront near Market Street. Consecrated on April 21st, 1851. During the Civil War, property was confiscated by the U.S. government and church was used as a hospital. The cornerstone for the present Gothic edifice, one of Paducah's oldest landmarks, was laid on April 26, 1873, under rectorship of the Reverend W.M. Pettis, who envisioned a building large enough to serve a growing city. Dedication and first service held June 21, 1874. Restoration of the property after ravages of 1937 flood was led by the Reverend Custis Fletcher, rector. Okay, we're here outside Immanuel Baptist Church, Paducah, Kentucky. Got a beautiful steeple up there. Oh, it goes way high. Immanuel Baptist. Organized in 1887 as Mission of First Baptist Church, constituted as the Second Baptist Church in January 1894 with 22 members. First building, located at 9th and Ohio. Moved to Muriel Boulevard in February 1922 and changed to present name. The building program started October 1958 on this location. The church was dedicated November 6, 1966. This marker is for St. Francis de Sales. St. Francis de Sales Catholic Church is the oldest church in Paducah, located on an original site. Property purchased May 8, 1848 for $225 by Father Elisha Durbin. First church built 1849 and was enclosed with a fence as livestock roamed at large at the time. First pastor was Reverend William Oberholzman, 1850 to 54. Second church was built in 1870 by Reverend Ivo Schatt from 1869 to 71. I'm going to the other side. Reverend Herman W. Jansen, pastor from 1882, built the present church at the cost of $30,000. The cornerstone was laid June 5, 1899. Reverend Henry Conley was pastor from 1909 to 1927. Reverend John D. Fallon served 1927 to 38. Reverend Albert J. Thompson, 1938 to 57. Reverend Charles Denardi, 1957 to 63. Reverend Robert T. Wilson, named pastor in 1963. Members of 6 generations under 18 pastors have worshiped here. All right, this is St. John the Evangelist School. First school on site was called Spring School and was used to prepare children for sacraments, with students being taught by priests and laypersons. Sisters of Charity operated the grade school from 1900 to 12, and Sisters of Mercy serving from 1913 to 92. High school curriculum offered from 1938 to 65. Grade school closed in 2008. That's the other side of the sign. St. John the Evangelist Church. Roots of the first Catholic parish in McCracken County go back to German immigrants who settled in this area about 1839. Friar Elisha Durbin said Mass in homes until log church was built in 1849. A frame church was built in 1869 and used until the present church was dedicated in 1933. Extensive renovation was completed in 2006. And I wonder if that's the original frame church back there. I bet you it is. Here's one more look at this building. Very, very pretty. We're in Paducah, Kentucky, outside the St. Paul Lutheran Church. It's a beautiful building. Here's the marker. St. Paul Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod. Organized on Pentecost Sunday, May 24th, 1868 by Reverend B. Sickle. The congregation was incorporated January 26, 1869. It was the first church building on South 4th Street, dedicated January 7th, 1872. Present early English Gothic building, dedicated November 26, 1939. I'm on the other side. The first church building, 416 South 4th Street, abandoned because of 1937 flood damage. Bricks and some lumber of old structure used in erecting the present building. The 1,500-pound bell, almost 6 feet in diameter, was removed and placed in the tower of the new church, where it continues to ring out its call for all to worship. There's the bell tower for the St. Paul's Lutheran Church with that huge bell up in there. All right, we are here outside Temple Israel in Paducah, Kentucky. I've always loved driving by this temple because I love the round architecture here. I think it's really, really cool. An organized Jewish community has existed in Paducah since 1864, when Paducah Shavara Yeshurun Burial Society, and I'm sorry if I butchered that, Burial Society was chartered. The first Jewish house of worship in Paducah was established in 1871, located on the east side of South 5th between Clark and Adams. In 1873, Paducah Jewish Congregation became charter member, Union of American Hebrew Congregations. It says Temple Israel. In 1893, a new structure was built on the southwest corner of 7th and Broadway and incorporated as Temple Israel. That temple served as home for the congregation until May 1963, when Temple Israel on southeast corner of Madison and Joe Clifton Drive was dedicated. Temple Israel Cemetery is located on Lone Oak Highway. Okay, we're here for this church, which the marker is for Unity Church. It's currently named the Freedom Center, but the marker is over here. Says Unity Church, the United Church of Christ, Evangelical and Reformed churches of German origin, united in 1934. Both have heritage dating to the Reformation in 1517. Merger with Congregational Christian English origin, 1957. This merger, first in our nation of denominations of different governing styles and of national backgrounds. I'm going to go to the other side. Unity Church, again, organized in 1874 as German Evangelical Unity Church, with Reverend Daniel Eschenbrenner, first pastor. German services held in Old Schoolhouse Church on South 3rd Street. The new church at 423 South 5th Street, dedicated August 1894, and renamed Unity Evangelical Church. Services in English began in 1905, and it was located here in June of 1961. We are in front of the Washington Street Missionary Baptist Church. Organized in 1855 in log cabin near this site, led by George Brent, member of Paducah First Baptist Church. Second was frame building built by slaves under leadership of Reverend George W. Pappy Dupuy, the first pastor, constituted on February 4th, 1855. Go to the other side. The colonial brick structure, built in 1893 under Reverend Dupuy, rebuilt in 1942 after a fire when Reverend D.E. King, pastor. Cornerstone, this edifice, laid on June 18, 1967, under pastorate of Reverend H. Joseph Franklin, who envisioned building adequate for worship, Christian education. Dedicated August 1969. We are outside the Westminster United Presbyterian Church. in Paducah, Kentucky. Beautiful building. And here's the marker. Westminster United Presbyterian Church, incorporated March 3rd, 1851 by Act of Kentucky General Assembly as Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Merged with Presbyterian Church USA in 1906 and became Kentucky Avenue Presbyterian Church. In 1951, the congregation moved to the modified Gothic structure here and changed the name to Westminster Presbyterian Church. All right, y'all, that has been the churches of McCracken County, Paducah, specifically the historic churches. What'd you think of some of that architecture? Wasn't that cool? And there's just so much history there just in the churches, and I think that that's fantastic. So continue to stick with us, and we'll catch you later on the next episode of Historical Marker.